everyone, hope you're well and welcome to Friday's video. So today I thought I'd share with you some of the foundations that I own, which are primarily for acne, blemish, oily skin, and some primers as well that I think really work very well. So let's start off with primers. So oily, blemish prone skin, this is going to be perfect for you. This is by Soap & Glory and it's called One Heck of a Blot. It's a really affordable drugstore brand here in the UK, and it's about, oh gosh, £10, and it is really good. It's one of my absolute favourites. It's got like a shine block 12-hour kind of finish. It hasn't got that silicone-y feel, but it just smooths out the skin, it smooths out pores, and it helps to control oil, and it actually makes a really nice base for your foundation. I really love this one. Instant Perfecting Power Primer. Really good, and it's got pore shrink technology. So perfect for, like me, if you've got really enlarged pores, oily skin, you just want to smooth those out. This is really good. The next one I absolutely love is by Benefit, and it's the POREfessional. This one's quite expensive at £26, I think, but again, it's got that pore minimizing technology. Again, it really smooths out the skin. I'm all about smoothing out texture. It's got a slight tint to it. I don't know if you've seen, it's got like a very, it's almost skin-like, but it just has a really nice, again, very similar to the One Heck of a Blot. Look how smooth that has left my skin. Compared to the rest of my hand. I don't even know if you can see, but it is so smooth. And what's really nice about this is that you can actually use it over your makeup, so it doubles up as a mattifying product during the day or throughout the day. So you can just pop this in your handbag, and if you are getting a bit shiny, you can just kind of, what I do is just rub it my fingers and kind of pat onto the skin, and it just, your makeup goes back to matte. It's fabulous. Really good one. Highly recommend this. Then another one, I used to have this years ago, and I recently got a sample of it again, and it's Bare Minerals Prime Time. And this is a really lovely primer as well. Again, they've all got that same kind of slippy feel with a bit of powder, but they're not chalky and they're not drying, and that's what I really love about them. Again, this just smooths out skin, smooths out pores, makes a beautiful base for your makeup, and increases the longevity of your foundation. That's what primers primarily do. You know, each one has their own thing, but they're meant to make your makeup last a lot longer because they create a barrier between makeup and your skin. So it's quite good to use, I think. Then the last primer I've got is Becca Backlighting Primer. Now, if you are oily, but you don't want a matte look, you still want a glow, then this is the one for you, because this doesn't create a shine. It's an expensive one, actually. It has this beautiful kind of sheen, but it kind of dries down, and just creates a beautiful glow on the skin that's not shiny or greasy. Oh, I love the smell of it. It's so nice. It's never ever greasy on me. So that's a good alternative. That's a good primer for oily skin girls that want something a little bit more illuminating. Perhaps you're dry, you've got a combination skin, and perhaps you're dry on the cheeks. So you could use that on the cheeks and then just use a mattifying one on the T-zone. Beautiful. Right, into my favorite part, foundations. Okay, the number one foundation for oily skin that's long lasting, that's got high coverage, that wears beautifully is, of course, Estee Lauder Double Wear. And as you can see, I'm kind of halfway through with this one. This is a really good workday foundation. If you work 12-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, long shifts, and you really don't have time to touch up your makeup or have your makeup slip away, then this is perfect. Apply with a damp beauty blender, so you're not having a big thick cake face. You just have a nice smooth layer that covers nicely, that lasts throughout the day. This is phenomenal. I mean, I've gone on like 24 hours with this, like gone on a flight at 4 in the morning and didn't come back till the next day, and this was still on. And very hard to remove without the correct products, but if you've got the correct stuff, it's fine. But I love this foundation for nights out, events, parties. You know, you know how it is when you go to these kind of parties and stuff, or family dinners, and you're always like kissing people on the cheek, and you always think, oh gosh, you know, someone's wearing like a black jacket or something, like your whole face, you know how some of those uncles are just like, you know, and you're like, oh my god, you've just wiped my whole face off. This is really good because you know it's not going to budge, it's not going to get on people's clothes, and it's going to last throughout the night, rain, snow, wind, whatever. It's bulletproof. The next one is Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. I talked about this about a couple of years ago. It's major full coverage, but it's basically water and pigment, so it's not going to aggravate sensitive skin, it's not going to aggravate acne skin. It's really, really gentle on the skin and hydrating at the same time, but oil controlling, if you know what I mean. So it's super high coverage, but it looks very natural on the skin. It's a really weird one, and you kind of have to shake it up, but I think it's 22% pigment or 22% water and something pigment. I've done a whole video on this before, but it's a it's a water-based foundation, so it's going to be really gentle for your skin, perfect for that, you know, really covering up scars or acne. Really good, and it lasts very well throughout the day, and it also is perfect for humid, hot weather. Brilliant for that. Now I've got two Drugstore foundations. I've got L'Oreal True Match and Revlon Color Stay. These are by far the best Drugstore foundations ever. The L'Oreal True Match is very similar and is a very good dupe to Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. And the Revlon Color Stay is a very good dupe for double wear. And it's got a pump, which I know a lot of people prefer. I used to use this for years. This was my work foundation. I loved it. It's fantastic. Lasts such a long time. It does have, it says 24-hour wear, so it's really good for that. And it lasts a long time. Again, the way I've tested my foundations in the past, I've been on flights to America with this, and it's just not budged. It's brilliant. Doesn't break you out, really soft, really smooth, leaves complexion really, you know, natural, doesn't ever look heavy, gorgeous. Again, I like to apply it with a beauty blender and just set the T-zone. This one has, like I said, it's comparable to Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, so it has got a bit of glow in it. I have found it's got some gold flecks. It is a beautiful foundation. It covers gorgeously, it builds amazingly. Again, never ever looks cakey, it looks stunning on camera. But it will get a little bit shiny throughout the day, but if you're okay with that, that's fine. You may just prefer, you know, a more dewy look. It's not really a matte finish foundation. It's a more sort of kind of semi-matte, whereas this is matte. So, but you know, it's good to have choices. You may feel like, you know, I want a bit of a glow today, then you can go with that. But again, beautiful foundations, love them. And then obviously the last two I've got is my mineral makeup, is Bare Minerals Original. Absolutely amazing for problem skin, oily skin, sensitive skin. Your skin needs to breathe. You've had, like, you know, laser peels, or you're doing retinol or vitamin A or anything like that. It's really good for that. And they use these are mostly in all of the cosmetic surgeries and salons, because after you've had like facial treatments or facials, then this is a good one to use. And you've got one that comes in matte as well. They've got so many formulas now that you can choose from. You've got Complexion Rescue, you've got Blemish Remedy, but my favorites are the Original and matte. I find that the Original has better coverage than matte. I don't know why. The matte can look a bit flat, but again, you could just use the matte in the center, or the Original on the outsides of the face, or you could use the mattes in the evenings or nights out if you want more of a sort of, you know, matte kind of velvet finish. Whereas, I mean, I like the Original because it just looks very skin-like, but I think it's always very good to have a mineral makeup in your collection, because it allows your skin to breathe. For every day, it's perfect. You can buff it on to get a good amount of coverage. I've got Original on now today, and I've got hardly any on. I've literally just put a little amount, but it just works. If you know how to do it properly, and I've done loads of videos on it, then you'll see how it works with your skin. But a great favorite of mine, and it allows your skin to breathe. So again, if you're going to the gym, it's great. Your skin's going to breathe. If you're going to school, if you're like a young girl starting out with makeup, really good one to try, because you know, you don't want to block your pores with liquids and things like that. it's a really great one to try. And you can build it up to whatever coverage you want. But yeah, and I've got the shade medium beige in original, and then the matte one, I think I always have, this is fairly light. The colours, always check the colours. So what colour you are in original might be different in the matte, might be different in the Blemish Remedy. They kind of vary, so you've got to kind of double check that. But yeah, and this is a little sample size. So if you're not sure, go to one of the counters and say, can I have a sample? Same with all of them, except for Drugstore, obviously. Same with all of the foundations. Go up to the counter and ask for a sample. Most counters have these little bottles that they fill up, so you can try and get 2 colours, because you may not be sure whether it's this colour or that colour, but if you've got 2, you can kind of gauge a bit better what shade you are. So always do that. Don't be afraid to do that, because I do that, especially if it's an expensive foundation. And here in the UK, you can't bring back your makeup. I know in America you can. Like, it's amazing. You guys use a lipstick and take it back and it's like fine, you get your money back. Here, you cannot do that. You can't go up and say, sorry, this isn't the right colour for me. If you've opened it, that's it. You're not getting a refund. So that's how it is here. But anyway, those are my foundations and primers for oily, blemish prone skin. Let me know if you have any recommendations, or you've got an amazing foundation that you think I need to know about, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.